everyone, my name's Maddie and today I will be going through the VCE Psychology Unit 4 Area of Study 1 dot point number 5. Now, this dot point reads that changes to a person's sleep-wake cycle that cause circadian rhythm sleep disorders like DSPS and ASPD and the treatments of these circadian rhythm sleep disorders through bright light therapy. So, I will be going through these with the notes which you can purchase through the link in the description. These are the ATAR Wizard Complete Psychology Units 3 and 4 notes. I also offer tutoring, which you can book via the link in the bio, so I look forward to seeing you there. In the meantime, like and subscribe, and here we go. So, circadian rhythm sleep disorders. Let me get my pen up. So, a circadian rhythm sleep disorder is often diagnosed, so they have to be diagnosed by a medical professional. It can be diagnosed when there is a mismatch between a person's sleep-wake pattern and their desired or required sleep-wake pattern. So, there's a mismatch between what in reality you're doing, so the sleep you're getting and when you're sleeping in reality, and when you really need to be sleeping for it to fit in with your lifestyle. So, we've got delayed sleep phase syndrome, which is DSPS. We've got advanced sleep phase disorder, which is ASPD. So DSPS is when the major sleep episode occurs later than what is desired by the person. For example, someone has work at 8 a.m. every morning, so wants to go to bed at 11 p.m. in order to be up and ready by 8 a.m. However, they're unable to get to sleep until 3 a.m. and still have to get up for work at 8. And so they're getting sleep deprivation because they can't sleep when they really need to be asleep for it to work with their lifestyle. Symptoms of DSPS are excessive sleepiness because they're sleep deprived and can't get enough sleep, sleep onset insomnia, difficulty waking up in the morning when required. So we move down to advanced sleep phase disorder. The major sleep episode occurs at an earlier time than what is desired by the person. So this is the opposite of delayed sleep phase syndrome. For example, someone has work at 8 a.m. but is really tired by 2 p.m. and goes to bed at 4 p.m. So then they wake up at 3 in the morning, which is much earlier than required for them to go to work. And by the time they get to work, they're probably going to be already pretty tired, and they're going to be especially tired by the time they get to the end of the workday. They're going to be ready to go back to bed, whereas really in the afternoon they could be socializing with other work colleagues and finishing their day. The symptoms of this ASPD are consistent levels of sleep deprivation. That was an awful line. Consistent levels of sleep deprivation, waking up consistently very early in the morning, and sleepiness. So here is a visual representation of how these sleep disorders work. So you can tell that 4 p.m. this is so 10 p.m. is the desired / required time of sleep, and then they want to wake up at 7 a.m. So they want to sleep from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. So people with advanced sleep phase disorder are going to be going to bed at what, around here? I reckon that is like 6 p.m. So they're going to be going to bed at 6 p.m. and waking up at like 2 a.m., which is not desired. They want to be asleep. They want to be waking up at 7 a.m., but they can't, and they're sleeping too early. Then with delayed sleep phase syndrome, it's the same. So they want to be going to bed at 10 p.m., but they can't sleep until much later than that, and then they're waking up in the afternoon, which is not, or much later than they need to for their desired lifestyle. And this is interrupting their daily functioning. So shift work can impact these sleep disorders. When shifts are repetitively placed during the main sleep episode, this can prevent individuals from maintaining a normal circadian rhythm and cause a circadian rhythm disorder. So if you're working shifts like a police officer, nurses, doctors, that kind of thing, where you're often awake at times when people normally aren't, this is going to be impacting your circadian rhythm. Now, treatments for this is bright light therapy, or BLT, and it's used to treat circadian rhythm disorders. This is because exposure to light stimulates wakefulness and can therefore be manipulated to alter a person's sleep-wake cycle. Now, we talked about how this light works in terms of the suprachiasmatic nucleus back in when we went over dot point number 2 from Unit 4 Area of Study 1. So when we look at this, we're going to be linking back to that. Individuals are exposed to intense but safe amounts of light at the desired time of day through what's called a light box. This causes the following biological reaction. An individual is exposed to the light box with these high but safe amounts of light, and the suprachiasmatic nucleus, recall from before, receives this as an external light cue, which indicates an increase in the level of light, and it's receiving this from the retina of the eye. The suprachiasmatic nucleus then promotes wakefulness in the body by sending the relevant messages to the pineal gland to reduce the level of melatonin in the blood, which assists in shifting the wake cycle. Which assists in shifting the sleep-wake cycle. The timing of bright light therapy is dependent on the kind of alteration to someone's sleep-wake cycle which occurs. So this is shown as follows. Delayed sleep phase syndrome, the bright light therapy will be exposed in the early morning. Advanced sleep phase disorder will have bright light therapy exposure in the early evening. And for shift work, individuals should avoid light between the end of the shift and the desired wake-up time, and use bright light therapy at the desired wake-up time to help retrain the circadian rhythm of the body. Now, this is it for this episode today. So next time we're going to be going over the next dot point. So Unit 4, Area of Study 1, dot point number 6, which is sleep hygiene and adaptation to zeitgebers, which is a bit of a mouthful. So I look forward to seeing you there. In the meantime, again, you can book one-on-one tutoring with me. I am a previous high achiever in VCE Psychology and am now studying psychology at university. So I look forward to helping you as well achieve what you want to in Units 3 and 4 Psychology. And you can also grab the ATAR Wizard Complete Psychology Units 3 and 4 notes via the link in the bio. I look forward to seeing you around. Thank you.